Hey, 9 and 10, just a quick contemplation on today's Bible study chapter, Judges chapter 6, on the life of Gideon. Now, there's actually an entire book written by Father Dod Lamay on just the story of Gideon from chapters 6 to 8 of Judges. So that just tells us that it's packed with lessons and contemplations and things that we could learn. But we'll focus on just two quick things. We'll focus on the fact that in verses 12 and 13 of Judges chapter 6, we read that the angel of the Lord appeared to him and said, "The Lord is with you." But it says here, the angel of the Lord appeared to him. So everything that the angel says is beautiful, but I just want to focus on the fact that the angel, if you read angel, is with a capital A. It's because this angel is actually God himself appearing in the Old Testament, our Lord Jesus Christ himself. So the word angel means messenger, but because God was unseen in the Old Testament until Christ incarnated in the New Testament, he would appear in the form of an angel or a messenger. So Father Dod Lamay says that this angel is our Lord Jesus Christ himself. And you know, in the creed, in the Mass, we say, "Who was born of the Father before all ages." So Christ appeared multiple times in the Old Testament, and this is one of them, the one talking to Gideon here. So it was also Christ that spoke to Moses through the burning bush. It was Christ that spoke to Abraham and visited Abraham with the two other guests. And he appears so many times in the Old Testament. And that's why he says in the New Testament, "Your father Abraham rejoiced to see my day." This is Christ speaking to the Jews. "Your father Abraham rejoiced to see my day, and he saw it and was glad." Then the Jews said to him, "You are not yet 50 years old, and have you seen Abraham?" Jesus said to them, "Most assuredly I say to you, before Abraham was, I am." And in verse 18 of chapter 6, it says, "Do not depart from me, I pray, until I come to you and bring you out my offering and set it before you." This is Gideon speaking. And Christ replies, or the angel replies, "I will wait until you come back." But in the Orthodox Study Bible, in verse 18, it says, I will wait until you come back." So again, that "I am," which Christ says to the Jews, the angel says here, this is Christ speaking to Gideon. And keeping that in mind, there's a beautiful contemplation that Father Dod Lamay gives, and that's about verse 19, and we'll just read it quickly. So Gideon went in and prepared a young goat and unleavened bread from an ephah of flour. The meat he put in a basket, and he put the broth in a pot, and he brought them out to him under the terebinth tree and presented them. So if we have agreed that the angel is our Lord Jesus Christ, the terebinth tree here represents the cross. So our Lord Jesus Christ sat under the terebinth tree as a sign, as a foreshadowing of the cross. And Father Dod Lamay says this portrait of Jesus Christ under the tree, in other words, on the cross, crucified, should never be absent from your sight. This picture of our Lord Jesus Christ under the terebinth tree or on the cross is the place where you should offer your prayer, offer your fasting, and offer all your love. Here, this is where Gideon makes his offerings of meat and the broth and everything that he offers. Similarly, under the terebinth tree, Christ under the tree, Christ on the cross, that's where we likewise offer our prayer, offer our fasting, offer all our love to him, because it's that picture of Christ on the cross that reminds us of the great extent of his love for us. And so we offer our love to him with that picture of Christ on the cross in our minds in return. And glory be to God forever. Amen.